Distinguished delegates, honorable ministers, it's a great pleasure to be with you this afternoon. As Tony mentioned, we're a frontier country. We are a new kid on the block. This is our first, appearance at the African Mining Indaba at the ministerial level. We would like to interest the audience and opportunities exploring Somaliland's mineral potential. Just want to really mention Somaliland, not to be confused with Somalia. As the map shows, Somaliland is situated between Somalia and Ethiopia and Eritrea. We have been independent for 22 years as an democratic government. We're very, very stable, secure, have no conflicts. We are pro-foreign investment government. We have adopted an open door policy towards mining investment. When it comes to above ground risks, we have very low risk. Although one will think any space in the Horn of Africa is not safe, but we devise the general wisdom out there that we have no stability in any part of the Horn of Africa. We're the beacon of stability in the Horn of Africa when it comes to good governance, when it comes to stability, and when it comes to peace, and when it comes to democratic institutions. We are, investment in mining in our country is highly, highly encouraged. We are basically greenfields. We don't really have a lot of mining operations, as my colleague, the minister from Gabon, has shown you. A lot of mining operations that's happening in Gabon. We would like to be, like Gabon one day, but we don't really have any active major mining operations right now. It's a greenfield, but it is one of those places where it's off the beaten path, where the upside is going to be very high, and any company that is willing to invest in Somaliland gets the advantage to become the first mover advantage if they come on the ground floor. Our terms are very competitive. We're working on a new mining code that's going to really definitely include all the good things that we have learned from the mining destinations in Africa. We want to really emulate, the good terms in it, and we want to really avoid those terms that are really, driving away mining companies. We have also one thing that's unique about our geographical location. When you look at the mineralized zone of Somaliland, it basically is an east-west trending along the coastline. It hugs the coast. So if you have a mineral deposit, which we do have mineral deposits, and you exploit it, it's very, very easy to take it to market. The logistics of moving ore from such a close area to deep ports like the Port of Berbera, it's definitely much, much less costlier than really getting a fantastic deposit in the middle of the continent, which is going to cost you a lot more money to get out to market. So that is really a huge advantage that we have, which will really make even small mining deposits commercially viable because of the logistics of moving it to market. As you can see, this is really how our mineralized zone basically just so close to the coast. In my brief speech here, I will just briefly talk about the geology and mineral potential of Somaliland. I will mention what minerals might be present in our basement. I'll talk about the metallic minerals, occurrences that we have, the non-metallics, potential areas, and some recent discoveries, and I will conclude at that. This is just a geological map of Somaliland. It goes from late Miocene basalt to all the way to Cretaceous. Somaliland has a very favorable geologic setting for metallic and non-metallic minerals. It could have a potential for having world-class discoveries. The Somaliland basement. It consists mainly of high-grade Petrozoic metamorphics, pegmatites, and granitoids, which is considered to be the northeastern branch of the Mozambique belt. We also sit on the Nubian trend that people in minerals and mining are very familiar with, that hosts a lot of minerals in countries such as Eritrea, Egypt, and Sudan. What's really special about Somaliland? Geology of Somaliland records a very long history. It contains rocks of many productive time periods on Earth, including crystalline rocks of Precambrian age. We have the greenstone belt, which is potential for significant gold deposits. Late tectonic uplift and erosion have exposed deeply buried mineral deposits, caused dispersions of metals in streams and rivers, created diversity of mineral deposits at different levels of Somaliland earth crust. The crystalline basement of Somaliland outcrops in an east-west orientation strip that runs parallel to the escarpment of the Gulf of Aden. I wish I can just show you the big projects that was happening in Gabon, but like I said, we don't really have such big projects happening in Somaliland in the mining sector. We have really fairly done well on moving forward with the hydrocarbon side of the business. We have now at least 4 oil and gas, international oil and gas companies operating in Somaliland, and that is just my area of experience. And right now, we stand to really basically, hopefully, do seismic this year and maybe, start drilling next year and join the producing countries in Africa as far as oil and gas. The reason we're here in the African mining in Indaba, we just want to really do the same thing we have done for the hydrocarbon sector, for our mineral sector. So it is basically, this is where things are right now in Somaliland. It's basically a green field, like I said. We're not going to try and kind of like tell you that we have major mining operations. We don't. But that is basically the attractiveness of Somaliland. It's just one of those last few areas in Africa that has yet to be explored. It's basically a green field, so just basically anybody that comes in there will have the advantage of really proving also the minerals that are really common in the Mozambique belt and common in the Nubian Trend, and they're all there. The terms that one will get coming in at the ground floor will definitely be far better than going to the mining destinations in the rest of the African countries that are really mining. This is just where we are as far as Somaliland goes. It's artisanal, activities. You see the shot here of an artisanal miner mining for tantalum. The mineral potential, geologic environment, and indications of mineralization reveals minerals of economic significance are widespread in Somaliland. Recent geological surveys indicate Somaliland has abundant deposits of iron ore, copper, manganese, zinc, nickel, lead, tin, tungsten, molybdenum, platinum, and gold-bearing veins. A number of known deposits, such as strategic minerals used in the industry, are present as well, such as uranium, hafnium, thorium, piezo quartz, tantalite, columbite, and other rare earth metals. So everything that we have to offer is still there and has not really been explored. Most attractive minerals include iron ore, manganese, platinum, lead, zinc, gold-bearing veins, and the other minerals such as tin and tungsten, molybdenum, and tantalite and columbite. This is just a shot of the basement of the geology of mineral potential of Somaliland. The bedrock you see have different, a whole host of minerals. The different color-coded sections. Some of these Jurassic limestones, they host zinc and lead. The Red Sea Hills group hosts gold, copper, zinc, silver, and lead. And then we have the Gabri Bahar complex that hosts a lot of tantalum and niobium. Metallic minerals, again, going about some of the minerals that are present there. Rocks host precious metals, and hot spring deposits. The carbonates that we have, they host zinc and lead. Volcanogenic massive sulfides and anorganic gold deposits in metavolcanic, metasedimentary, and intrusive rocks are equivalent in age to the Red Sea Hills in Egypt, in Sudan, Eritrea, and Ethiopia. So there's really a good potential for gold in Somaliland. Tin, tungsten, molybdenum, we've talked about it, are really basically intrusive. I've shown a similar intrusive rocks are shown in the Red Sea area, Red Sea Hills area. The high-grade metamorphic rocks contain tantalite and columbite. We have had some recent interest from American companies that are basically, currently basically mining tantalum in Ethiopia, and they basically realized that we have as good as the potential as Ethiopia, and they've definitely been talking to us about increasing their area of interest and coming to Somaliland to look at basically organizing the artisan activities around columbite and tantalum to really kind of make it a commercial activity. Some of these areas that I have color-coded are most favorable, for gold and copper, and other areas are favorable for zinc and lead. Non-metallic minerals are also significant in Somaliland. We have huge deposits of gypsum. As a matter of fact, we had a cement plant that was operating before 1987 that was producing 300,000 tons of high-grade Portland cement. We're known to have some of the largest deposits of gypsum in Africa, and it's just only 20 kilometers from the deep sea port of Berbera. We have all sorts of gemstones that include amethyst, aquamarine, emerald, garnet, opal, ruby, and sapphire. We have other non-metallic minerals such as feldspar, kaolin, quartz, and silica sand. Recent discoveries, which we think are commercial, highly prospective to be basically exploited on a commercial scale, include large iron deposits, 45 kilometers southeast of Berbera, as well as Hammer in Gabili, northwest of Hargeisa. We have major manganese deposit that basically is sitting really next to the port, deep sea port, that can easily be exploited, as well as another port called Maid. We have stream sampling that delineated a lot of platinum group metals that are really present. And we have all these other non-metallic minerals, necessary type minerals that I have mentioned earlier, such as tantalite and columbite. And we also have significant deposits of coal, good quality coal, which can easily be exploited and used for power generation in any mining activity that one would start in Somaliland. It basically goes along the same mineralized zone as the other minerals, so it's really a good thing to have, not only for export and for currency, but also to use it for power generation for any mining activity. This chart is just out of the USGS Geological Survey study that was done in 1970 in Somaliland. As you can see, they have basically mapped all kind of occurrences of all sorts of metals, metallic, non-metallic, as well as precious and non-precious, along our mineralized zone. That it goes anywhere from iron ore to copper to lead, zinc, nickel, chromium, what have you. And we'll be more than happy to share this, study that was done by the USGS for an interested party to really look at. This is another shot again of this study by the USGS, which shows a couple of areas called Bias and Arabsio, and they basically had indicated gold bearing pyrite, and they also sampled all kind of metal, metallic minerals that are really present in this mineralized area. One thing also that is, in addition to the hard rock mineral types that we have, that is easily exploitable to mine is heavy mineral sands, up and down 350 kilometers of Somaliland's coast, which is basically, is just a no-brainer if one really kind of come in at a low investment level to basically exploit this resource that really basically rich in heavy minerals, such as ilmenite, rutile, zircon, titanite, and titaniferous magnetite. And these are basically through the entire, along the entire beaches of Somaliland. That is the beach that I was just referring to. This is just a raised beach that can just show the heavy mineral, embedded in the raised beach east of Berbera, which is deep sea port of Somaliland. Just gives you a shot of some airborne magnetic data that we have available for to assist in exploration of metallic minerals. We also would like to provide additional information for any interested exploration company to provide them additional information regarding the information that we have. Conclusion. Geologically, minerals potential of Somaliland is very attractive for future mineral exploration and development. We have really commercial grade reserves of iron ore, manganese, and platinum. We have quite a few industry minerals, which are really very, very important, such as tantalite and columbite, tin, and others. So we think Somaliland is just one of those areas that are just off the beaten path. You can get much better terms, much larger exploration license, better fiscal terms, predictability of any investment that you make in Somaliland. Like I said, we're a very, very stable government. We have gone through 4 changes in presidential elections with no conflict of any kind. We're basically a beacon of stability in the Horn of Africa. And we're basically definitely interested to bring up our mining sector up to speed like we did in the hydrocarbon sector. So we want to really welcome the adventurous. We have have started getting interest from Australian firms as well as other Middle Eastern firms to get into the mining sector. So we will not be greenfields forever, I guarantee you that. But it's better to really come in at the ground floor while we still have. We are much more flexible now. We are willing to really kind of give breaks to new investment opportunities that come to the country for mining. And again, the logistics of finding anything there, which we have, is going to be much easier to take to market than some of the areas in the rest of the continent. There is the ministry's email. We got to be around until the rest of the conference, the Indaba conference. So if somebody wants to call us locally, well, before we were here, we posted a local number as well. And for those of you who want to really have our telephone number back in Somaliland, we have it up here as well. Like I said, we're very, very motivated to engage junior mining companies who are adventurous, who are willing to really get off the beaten path and find something new. And we are greenfield, so we're a little bit hungry. So take that opportunity and come to Somaliland. Thank you very much.